Legion Tactical Cutlery.
Hold the line!
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Gruggs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery. Welcome back, troops, Legionnaires, new recruits. In front of you, you see the Condor Tool and Knife Desert Romper. We're going to put this knife to the test. Let me know what you all are carrying today. I am carrying my Ganzo Spear Point Folder. What do you all have? Veterans, active military, I just want to say thank you very much for your service. We appreciate you all. Enjoy the video. Quick specs. Again, this is the Condor Tool and Knife Desert Romper. Overall length 9.5 inch. Blade length 4.5 inch. Blade material is 1075 in a tan finished drop point blade. Blade grind is flat. Blade thickness is 0.11 inch. It's pretty thin. Handle length is 5 inch. Handle thickness is 0.91 inch. The handle material is a tan micarta, and the weight is 6.9 ounces. It features full tang, lanyard hole, and premium leather sheath and dangler. Let's do a quick close-up of this knife. It does say flat grind, but I think the secondary bevel is a convex type of a bevel. See if I can get close enough that you all could see. Still pretty nice. Should be good for making feather sticks. Looks like an all-around bushcraft knife, but look how thin that is. I'm still going to baton with this and give it a go. It has a small sharpening choil. It does have a little bit of a guard over here, as you can see. Beautiful tan or natural micarta scales. Really nice. I kind of wish they had screws here instead of these riveted holes. It does allow me a lanyard option, okay? I would rather have been able to take these scales off. However, this is the way the knife comes. Okay, full tang goodness. It is full tang. This is the other side. I mean, it looks pretty nice. It's a nice drop point. You can take it hunting, bushcrafting, hiking, fishing, you know. But we're going to give it a test, okay? Let's take a quick look at the sheath. I think this sheath is worth more than a knife. A beautiful premium leather sheath right here, okay? It has an option for a ferro rod. Beautifully done, nicely stitched. It does say Condor. I'm assuming that this is made in El Salvador. However, they did a really nice job. So you've got a 2-carry option. You can carry it on your belt over here with this loop or the dangler. And the dangler I really do appreciate. One good thing about this leather sheath is that it could be used with other knives. Let's put the knife inside the sheath. Very simple. I know that a lot of bushcrafters and hikers might like this particular sheath. Now let's get to the work. The Desert Romper is not much of a chopper. I give you that, but what kind of a knife channel would this be if we didn't at least test it out? So I'll start off with some chopping. If it doesn't go my way, we'll start doing some batoning. But basically, this is the log that I'm going through. I don't know, I think it's a good 2 or 3 inch diameter. Should work out well. I am going to use the lanyard. Knife feels good. Handle feels solid. Very light, you know, I just wanted to say that to everybody. It is very light. Very well balanced, and I don't think it's at all very front heavy. But let's give it a go, you know what I mean? Well, at least it's biting in. That's the good news. Knife is very sharp, and so far, I mean, it's doing a pretty good job. A little light chopping. Now, I'm sure that you usually wouldn't, you know, chop something so large. However, this is a knife channel, and I am testing this knife out. And so far, we're looking good. Let's just keep going. I will use every part of the blade as best as I can. Made ourselves a nice notch so far. Okay, hold on, let's see. There's a piece of wood stuck on it, so I just want to make sure I didn't damage the blade. I have seen this blade chip. 1075 unfortunately does chip. Not that it's a deal breaker, but I've seen some pictures on Amazon that scared the living hell out of me. We're gonna keep on going. I mean, it's doing a pretty good job so far. I'm hoping that this is some hard wood. I found this piece. I used my saw to cut each side. I mean, so far so good. I definitely feels hard. If anybody knows what this is, let me know. See the edge. It still feels sharp, that's for sure. Yeah, I mean, we're looking good. I don't see no damage. As thin as it is, it's doing a fine job. And you know what? I'm just going to chop right through. It seems to be going right through this piece of wood. Wow, that was a nice deep bite. All right, good. It did the job, man. It did the job. Okay. Okay. Yeah, no, the edge looks good. So far, so good. Let me just show you the edge. Everybody. Looks good, looks good. I mean, it feels like a hard piece of wood. I wasn't getting that normal, you know, heavy-duty thunk on this one. So, well, let's keep going. I'm going to do some vertical and horizontal baton with this now. You know, once again, the handle feels really comfortable. I don't feel like I have a need to put on any gloves. So I'm just going to keep on doing it with my bare hands. Although I don't think, you know, a set of gloves wouldn't hurt. Okay, you can see the diameter of this log. Just want to make sure that I am in frame. And let's see what this knife can do. Now, the one thing I really don't like about these rivets, and I know some of you are going to disagree, sometimes they come loose, okay? So, okay. Looks like it did it, you know? Looks good. Blade looks good. Let's just keep on going. I have no problems here whatsoever. Let's just keep going. Okay, let me pick that up because I just want to keep on. I want to just finish this off. One more, one more. Okay. No issues, no problems. I think we're looking good. Let's try some horizontal batoning. I put on some gloves. Let's give it a go with some gloves, okay? Let's see. I'm going to use the whole blade. Okay, it did split. Starting to split. So that's good. That was in there nice and deep. That thin blade just really bites in. So good for smaller camp chores or hiking chores. All right, as you can see, I kind of used part of the handle to help split the wood, but the handle looks good. It did a good job. No problem with the quartering. Let me see if I can make smaller length cuts. A little bit more precise, more precision. Not bad, not bad. Let's do it again. See if we can do it again. Nice and thin. If you needed to make, I don't know, some kind of a wedge of some sort. Okay. And now let's finish this off. And the gloves are just working fine with the handle. Fits fine. We're looking good. Here we go. So vertical baton and horizontal baton, check. We're looking real good. I was not too familiar with that other piece of wood. It just felt too easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of wood that I used the other day. All right. Well, first of all, let's see. So looks like the edge is okay as far as the retention goes. And I mean, that looks good so far. There's no edge chipping or rolling. You know, if you go take a look on Amazon, there's some pictures where the edge is just completely destroyed on some of these Condor Desert Rompers. So I was a little iffy with the 1075. However, you know what? Let's I'm going to do a cross baton. Let's see if I can go all the way through this. I'm going to go right through this knot too. I did take off my gloves. Let's see what I could do with this. Okay, that's pretty deep. I don't know if I'm going to be able to go all the way through, but let me give it a couple more whacks. Okay, so yeah, well, that's in there for sure. Look at that. Look how deep that is. Just give me a minute, troops. Okay. You could see how deep the knife went through. You could see the marks over here, but no edge damage. So now let's try it a different way. Let's see. Let me just continue from where I started. Okay. That looks good, and you just saw it went right through. So we are looking good with this. I feel better about that other log that I was testing out on. Let's continue. Okay, if you're a hiker, you don't have to go to the extremes of what I just did. I want to make a feather stick. Okay. And so far, this has proven to be, you know, a decent knife. Okay, I'm twisting the knife here. Get this open. Got some fibers. Cutting right through. So maybe you don't have a baton, okay? Let's try it this way. All right, that looks good. Tip looks good. Penetrating right through into the stump. Yeah, we're looking good, man. I might be pretty wrong about this knife. Let's go through this knot. Okay, went through the knot. All right, we have some quarters over here. Good enough for a feather stick. All right, let's take off the bark. Totally sharp. I mean, it's wicked sharp, man. It's still pretty sharp after that bit of abuse. Just went through that knot. Okay, as an example, I'm digging in. Okay, you can see the very thick pieces. Okay, just an example of making a point for trapping or whatever, you know, if you're a bushcrafter, outdoorsman, you know, you like to do that primitive hunting stuff. And again, notice I'm not using any gloves. It's a fine handle. Nice and comfortable, and I'm kind of glad it's micarta instead of the wood. So, all right, that looks pretty good. I have no doubt that this can make a notch. Let's make some feather sticks now. You know, every day I come on YouTube and check it out. You know, I'm always finding these great bushcrafters that just have a wealth of knowledge. So I just want to share that with you all. You know, I mean, you could just even have some fun with your knife and practice. Okay. I don't think I would have a problem with individual curls. My goal is to make some nice feather sticks. Again, I am not the best feather sticker in the world. But this knife will help you get through it. I am making some nice thin curls. I kind of like doing it this way myself. You know, once I get the angle, I'm good to go, man. And again, it's always a learning curve with every knife. It's doing it, as you can see. It is making the curls. All right, that's pretty good. I mean, that's looking good with some time and effort. You know, you can get some real fine stuff. Let's see what the spine is like, because the spine is nice. All right, it's taking off the bark. So you know this will scrape a ferro rod. Now this spine might be even good for bone, you know? You're scraping the meat off the bone. You want a nice clean bone for whatever reason, make a tool out of it or whatever. But yeah, this looks pretty good. Now let's just do the wood itself. Yeah, look at that. Okay, you know what? Fantastic knife. The only issue that I see here is that the coating seems to scuff a little bit. But if you're like me and you're a user, I don't think you're going to care too much. But it did a real fine job. Definitely good for bushcrafting or hiking, hunting. You know, this is a nice blade. You could definitely do some quartering of animals, maybe even some processing. I think it's a fine knife. All right, troops, we're good to go. You know, troops, sometimes I forget myself and I get a little nervous in front of the camera and I start rushing, but I mean, check out these feathers right here, okay? And I guess my point is, you know, if you take your time, I mean, you can make some very thin curls with this knife, which is better for fire starting. So this is the first one that I did. This is the other one. Again, I was off camera, no pressure, just taking my time and just, you know, getting used to the knife. And you know, making some nice curls here. The sun feels good. I hope you all have an opportunity to go out and enjoy it this weekend. Okay, but look. So now you could take a ferro rod and you could scrape, you know, the nice thin curls over here. Obviously, it would be a lot more fluffier. And spark this, you know, without fat wood. I actually did it the other day. It was pretty cool. So, but again, my point was, I just want to show you with just a little bit of time, patience. This knife can do this after that beating, okay? I didn't believe in this knife at first. I was going to sell it, and now it looks like it's a treasure, man. So cool. Wow, I got to tell you, a very capable knife. I had my reservations, but no more. This is a keeper. I ain't getting rid of this. This is a nice knife, even if it is 1075. Granted, I don't know much about steels, but, you know, I did see and have experienced some chipping with 1095. But this one right here, spot on heat treatment. Even though it's thin, it's extremely strong. And you can see right in front of you, it did a great job. Hiker, you need to make some fire, you've got kindling, you've got quarters. I mean, you saw the way I did some cross batoning right through there, and the knife came through with flying colors. It's awesome. It's a great knife. I think it's a little expensive in my opinion, but that's just me. Combine this knife with a saw and an axe. There's nothing else you need, man. This will be great for the camp. I have no doubt this will make, a fine camp knife, cutting up vegetables, especially with that flat grind, that convex edge. It's definitely a winner. All right, troops, Legionnaires, and new recruits, as always, appreciate you all taking the time to check this out. Let me know if you like this video. Like, share, subscribe, comment. I want to bring awareness to everybody. Hashtag 22 a day. Hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans and active military that once they get out of the service, they do face a lot of challenges. And unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. At the end of this video will be some slides. Pause on those slides. Read the websites. Check out the phone numbers. And seek the help you all have earned and deserved. Legionnaires, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy this. At the ready. Hold the line. Take care. Legionnaires!